Hello, you're welcome to Applied English class. In this class, we'll be looking at the non-conclusive verb. The question is, what are the non-conclusive verbs? The non-conclusive verbs are verbs that describes a state and not an action. I take that again. The non-conclusive verbs are verbs that describes a state and not an action. Usually, the non-conclusive verb is not used in the present continuous tense. I take that again. Usually, the non-conclusive verb is not used in the present continuous tense. The question now is, what is a present continuous tense? Let me give you an example. Let's say we have play, and we have swim, and we have sing. Now, if I add ing, this verb will change to a present continuous tense. Play will become playing. Swim will become swimming. Sing will become singing. All right. Whenever ing is added to a verb, the verb becomes a present continuous tense. I take that again. Whenever ing is added to a verb, the verb becomes a present continuous tense. Meanwhile, the non-conclusive verb describes the state. It is a verb that describes a state and not an action. Usually, the non-conclusive verb is not used in the present continuous tense. That simply means we avoid the use of ing. Another name for the non-conclusive verb is static verb. Or you can also call it the non-action verb. Static verb or non-action verb. What are the types of the non-conclusive verb that we have? So for the types, number one, we have the emotional state. Number two, we have the mental state. Number three, we have the perception state. Number four, we have the possessive state. Number five, we have the miscellaneous. Number one, we have the emotional state. Number two, we have the mental state. Number three, we have the perception or perceptive state. Number four, we have the possessive state. And then number five, we have the miscellaneous state. Let's pick up the first one, the emotional state. We're talking about the emotional state now. What are the examples? The example of emotional state, you talk about love, you talk about like, you talk about hate, you talk about forgive. All right? Like, love, hate, forgive, it's all emotional. The test, prefer, okay? Now, let's go with this, okay, and envy. Let's go with these examples. There are lots of those examples, but let's go with this. Now, let's use love, for example. I am loving you. Now, this is wrong. The correct sentence to use is I love you. So this is correct. Now, another example is I am envying you. Maybe someone just got a car and you say, I'm envying you. Well, you don't need to envy anyone that has a car. Pray that God will give you your own. So I'm envying you. That's wrong. Rather, you say, I envy you. So this is correct. All right. Another one is I'm forgiving you. I versus I forgive you. Now, which of these is correct? I'm forgiving you. I forgive you. Well, I'm forgiving you is correct. I forgive you is also correct. Why? Because there are some verbs that can act as a stative verb or non-conclusive verb or non-action verb and also as a dynamic verb. For instance, the verb forgive can also act as a dynamic verb. So forgiving in this sense is in its present continuous tense. Now, tense. When you say I'm forgiving you, that means that it's like an endless act. You see, I'm forgiving you. We don't even know when that is going to come to an end. I'm forgiving you is in a present continuous tense. It is an ongoing active process. I'm forgiving you. Now, but when you say I forgive you, this simply means an act that has already been done. I forgive you or I forgive you is simply an act that has already been done. So you don't say I'm forgiving you, except you are not born again and you hold grudges in your heart. All you say is I forgive you. All right, so let's move to the next one. Now, remember we have hate, okay? You don't say, I'm hating you. Rather, you say, I don't hate anybody anyway. You don't say, I'm hating that. Rather, you say, I hate that, all right? So let's go to the next one, mental. Mental state. For the mental state, we have words like understand, believe, agree, doubt, know, suppose, remember. Let me take that again. Please write that down. For mental state, we have words like understand, thinking, agree, thinking, believe, thinking, recognize, thinking, know, like know, thinking, suppose, and remember. We have a lot of those, but let's use one or two of those as an example. For instance, are you understanding me? Okay, the next one is, do you understand me? Now, which of these is correct and which of these is wrong? Are you understanding me? Well, this is a stative verb or a non-conclusive verb. It should not be in a present continuous tense. It shouldn't attract the ing. So the right answer is, do you understand me? Let's use another one for example. I am believing God. I'm believing God. Okay, and I believe God. Which of these is correct? I'm believing God. I believe God. Anyway, both of those is correct. This is correct and this is correct. Depending on the context. when you say I am believing God, it's a present continuous tense. We don't know when it's going to come to an end. You say I'm believing God. It's like I'm believing God for a miracle. I'm believing God for a miracle, which means it's a kind of hope. You are hoping, you hope that God is going to give you a miracle. But when you say I believe God, that is present, that is in the now, that is faith. It's not hope. Hope is for something in the future. Faith is for now. So when you say I'm believing God, it's a present continuous tense. It's an ongoing active process of endless believing, of endless belief. Okay, I'm believing God. That's endless. We don't know when it's going to come to an end. When you say I believe God, that is a state of your mind. That's a state. That is a present state. I believe God for a miracle. That's the present state. And if you're looking for a miracle, believe God for a miracle. Right now, the miracle is yours already. So let's go to the next one. Still under the mental state, I am doubting you. I doubt you. I am doubting you. I doubt you. What's the correct answer? Of course, I'm doubting you is wrong. I doubt you. That's the correct one. I doubt you, not I am doubting you. All right? So we need to understand that non-conclusive verb do not attract ing, or they are not used in their present continuous tense. Let's go for another example. That is the perception state. All right, what are those examples under the perception state? We have see, we have hear, we have smell, we have taste, we have feel, we have seems, we have appear. Let me take that again. We have see, we have ear, see with your eyes, hear with your ear. We have hear, we have smell, we have taste, we have feel, we have seems, we have appear. Let's use any of those or two of those for example. For instance, I am hearing you. Okay, and I can hear you. There are two different things. All right, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Now, all this sentence 1, sentence 2, sentence 3, sentence 4, which of those is correct? I'm hearing you. Is that correct? I can hear you. Of course, the correct answer is I can hear you. I'm hearing you. Well, that's wrong. That's backward. All right. Are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Which one is the correct answer? Let me allow you to make a choice. Which one? Are you hearing me? Can you hear me? I catch you. You're saying, are you hearing me is not correct. You said in your mind, are you hearing me is not correct. Are you hearing me is correct. Can you hear me is correct. But this depends on context. It depends on context. Now, when you say, are you hearing me? This is simply to ascertain the ability of the audience to comprehend what you're saying. When I say, can you hear me? When I say, are you hearing me? This is to ascertain the understanding of your audience. I take that again. When you use, are you hearing me? This is to ascertain the understanding of your audience. Sometimes used in a confrontational way. Like for instance, if you are speaking or you're teaching or you're trying to communicate an information and it seems that your audience are not paying attention. the way you want them to pay attention, then you say, are you hearing me? That's a kind of confrontational, all right? So it's used to ascertain the ability of the audience, if they understand what the information you're trying to pass out. So you use, are you hearing me? But when you use, can you hear me? That's a question to ascertain whether someone at the back of the room, at the back of the class, at the back of the church can hear you. Is to ascertain the audibility of your audibility, or your own audibility, is to ascertain how audible you are. All right, let me put it in this way: is to ascertain how audible you are, whether someone at the back of the classroom can hear you. All right, so you use the word, can you hear me? All right, so we'll move to the next one. The next one is okay, I think this, let's choose another one. C, under the perception state. Okay. I am seeing you. Is it correct? I can see you. All right, the right answer there is I can see you. I am seeing you is wrong. Why? Because see is a stative verb or a non-conclusive verb and do not attract the ing. It's not used in the present continuous tense. All right, so we have the next one. Let's go to possessive state. All right. For the possessive state, we have example, own, we have, we have belong, we have that. We have own, have, belong, possesses. All right, so let's use this as an example. Own, have, belong, possesses. All right, now if I say, I am having $20,000 bill. I'm having $20,000 bill with me or on me. All right, I'm having $20,000 bill on me. Or will you say I have $20,000 bill on me. Now, what's the correct answer? Well, the answer there is I have $20,000 bill on me. If you say I am having $20,000 bill with me, on me, that's wrong. Have is possessive, is under the possessive state of the non-conclusive verb. So the right one to say is I have $20,000 bill on me. All right, let's go to the next one. The last one now is miscellaneous. Let's talk about the miscellaneous. Under the miscellaneous state, we have words like depend, consist, contain, deserving. Are you writing? Depend, taken, consist, contain, deserving. Okay? Have you written that now? All right. Now, let's use the one, depend. When you say, I am depending on God, or do you say, I depend on God? Which one do you say? I am depending on God, or I depend on God? Well, the both of those is correct. This depends on the context of the sentence that is used. When you say, I'm depending on God, this is a present continuous tense. which I told you is that it's something that is unending. It's an ongoing, it's an active, ongoing process. I'm depending on God. This is active, ongoing process. And we don't even know when that is going to come to an end. But when you say, I depend on God, this is in the now. I depend on God. This is something that is happening at the present. I depend on God. So, if you're born again, you don't say, I'm depending on God. It's something like you're hoping. It's something like it's active, ongoing process. Rather, you say, I depend on God. I believe God for a miracle. I depend on God for a testimony. All right? So, I depend on God is the correct answer. So this is all we've got for you in this video. You can use some of those non-conclusive verbs that we'll give to you in this video to make an example for yourself. And if this video has helped any of you, if this video has helped all of you, you need to give it a thumbs up, and you're always welcome to follow for more. Thank you. Have a great day.